Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for being here. Truly appreciate all your support. Hope you're having a fantastic day. Shout out to the 19. You know the drill. Before you forget, like, comment, subscribe, hype on mobile, notification bell. Stephanie White admits she is not qualified for this head coaching job. She admits she has no idea how to coach Caitlin Clark, and she should be fired. It is refreshing to hear such candor from a coach at the professional level. It's really hold on. What's that? You think that's a little over the top? I'm not being accurate. My producer thinks that's a little over the top and that I'm not being accurate. But you know what? I'm going to let you take a listen. We'll talk about it, and then at the end of the video, you can just agree with me. How does that sound? I think that sounds great. Let's dig in. It's only about 30 seconds long. Post-game presser after the first preseason game. Some of y'all are like putting some role players or players that might not even make the roster in the Hall of Fame already. I said this last video post game real quick. Man, there's certain things you look for that you can take positives and negatives from, like Mo Billings when she had the few opportunities. She can set a screen. We saw that at Team USA. She can set one for Caitlin Clark. Sophie Cunningham can set a screen for Caitlin Clark. And then other things, matchups, whether players look terrible or great, you got to realize who they're playing with, who they're playing against, and all that stuff. So racking up big time points in garbage time of a preseason game. Anyway, let's move on.
She was good. I think we play differently when she's on the floor, and so again, learning how to play with her in the action. I thought she was good. I thought she didn't force anything. She played with great intention, and everything that she did was in the flow. She was communicating at a high level. I mean, if we're talking about the shot making, like that's going to come. They play her differently in the W than they do in international basketball, and so we've just got to find ways to free her up to get her some easy looks. She was good.
Stop the ums. Stop the ums. I didn't know the one was coming when I gave one of I gotta remember to get that hard. I gotta get that M in there. You gotta emphasize the M. It can't just be it's gotta be So yeah, this is the problem, and this is why I said it. Maybe I took some liberties. I might have gotten a little dramatic in saying she's admitting that she can't coach and should be fired. But to me, that's kind of what she did. Because if I remember correctly, one of the big things about Stephanie White coming to Indiana that everyone was really excited about was that she had seen a lot of her college games, right? She called games. She was a big, big Caitlin Clark fan. Sounds like a plus, right? So she was here all last year after seeing Caitlin in college a lot and being a fan and seeing her rookie year. How is it that we're going into Caitlin's third year and Stephanie White has no idea how to get her open looks? That's why I said she deserves to be fired. You cannot be a professional coach at this level with a superstar player like Caitlin Clark and be like, oh, we got to figure out how to get her some looks. I don't know how to get her some looks. Great. Move aside and let somebody who knows get her those looks. Because, hey, you know what? Christy Sides figured out how to get her some looks. I'm just saying, Christy Sides figured out how to get her some looks. Stephanie White can't figure it out. And of course, people are not too thrilled, right? We get comments in here. People are already a little upset. And again, I take preseason games with a grain of salt, but some of the things that I saw that are a problem, and Stephanie White saying this are a problem. How about don't even talk about Caitlin at pressers? It's always so awkward. Just say Caitlin's good. Next question. For Caitlin off ball sets are crap, no movement at all, and it's just her standing off to the side. How hard is it to watch Curry play and copy it? It has to be pride. Well, she wants to diminish Caitlin Clark. You heard her talk about the good things she did and everything. Well, Caitlin Clark didn't have a single turnover. But we also didn't see a whole lot of highlight stuff from Caitlin Clark, right? That's the diminishment. She sort of fit in as a regular WNBA player, which is what Stephanie White wants. She wants to run a boring 30-year-old out-of-date offense and have Caitlin Clark be her, Sue Bird, I guess, as opposed to being Caitlin freaking Clark. And there absolutely is a difference. So, a couple of things. They're picking up Caitlin Clark, 94 feet, preseason game. Here's what you do, folks. Set a damn pick, and you can set them early. Go set them under the damn basket when the ball comes in. Don't wait until she gets to half court. Don't make her struggle to get to half court and get worn out getting to half court. Now, the referee thing, they're still not giving Caitlin freedom of movement. That's an entirely different topic, but go set some picks. Go set some multiple picks. Run her defender off 3 damn picks in the backcourt if you have to. Knock someone into next week. Knock someone out. Give them a concussion. I don't care. Get Caitlin Clark some damn space and stop this off the ball crap. You know, when you go off the ball with Caitlin Clark, again, you can have someone else bring the ball up in the back court. And as soon as you get a half to the half court, you have picks set that get Caitlin Clark coming to the basketball and get it. And then you start running your half court offense, which you shouldn't be doing often anyway, because you should be running, running, running. And then when you don't have a great opportunity to run, you run. And to the point about off the ball, yes, saw that a lot. The off the ball stuff in the preseason game was stand Caitlin off over to the side with nothing. She's not running baseline, and she's not curling around up top. She's not running off multiple picks, running the baseline. She's not going down to the corner and then coming back up top off of a pick or 2 picks or a double pick. She's standing off to the side. Of course, you're not going to get her good looks. You're doing nothing to get her open. She becomes a decoy. You are playing 4 against 5, and that is no way to be effective with Caitlin Clark. It is criminal. And that's again why I said it's a freaking firing offense. Zero excuses for this crap. One of many, because I didn't see it today. She says the same crap every interview, and the reporters ask the same questions. Just a complete nothing burger. She had a whole season and off season. She still can't figure it out. I counted 1, and it was in the second half. Only words. Not one set of play for Cece today. Like, I'm not going to hold my breath. I cannot stand her. Yeah, man, these are Caitlin Clark fans. These are Indiana Fever fans, and they're tired of this same old crap all of the damn time. Maybe, maybe we get something like this, right? Now, this is actually getting up into half court. Like I said, we can be doing this stuff back down at the other end instead of making Caitlin bring this up under pressure. We can have someone else bring it up and then set picks like this in the half court with Caitlin off the ball to come get the ball right away so she can have the ball to start the offense in the offensive half in the half court set. But she didn't just wear herself out bringing the ball up 94 feet. Understand? It's not a complicated thing. It is a very simple thing. Lots of good coaches do it with their great players all of the damn time. Watch this. That is a football pick, friends. This is solid as hell from Sophie Cunningham. And one thing else, I want to back it up just a little bit. I'm going to see if I can slow this down because I also want you to watch Caitlin Clark because to me, this is little things, right? I talk about this a lot as a coach, and it's the type of stuff that I've always loved to watch. Even as a young kid growing up, I watched that type of stuff, that little stuff that I think a lot of people don't notice. Not that I'm bright, it's just I kind of have that coach mentality as well. And one of the things I always hated about basketball is a lot of times bad picks, especially off the ball, are the fault of the person coming off the pick because they don't set it up first to run their defender into the pick and they don't rub off the pick. They leave way too much space. Happens with the ball handlers as well. So you got 2 things here. The timing is great. Sophie Cunningham sets a brick wall pick. And look how close Caitlin Clark gets to Sophie Cunningham, which is what you can do when you allow the pick to get set and you don't go too early, right? So Caitlin says, okay, now I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. Boom. I'm going to run her right frickin' into it. I'm going to run her right into Sophie Cunningham. I'm not going to go wide. I'm going to go at Sophie, and Sophie's going to body her big time. And now look, hey, look, I know I'm running it back again, but watch what happens after this super solid pick. Now look at Caitlin Clark. Now her teammates got to get out of her way, right? We can clean that up a little bit with some coaching. But again, watch this. Now you got a big on Caitlin. No one can, she can't guard it. Where's Caitlin's defender? To the left, by the way, if you're looking at the screen. To the left. She's out of it. Caitlin's that pick, and now Caitlin's free as a bird in the half court. And she's like, well, now she could have shot this. I think she should have shot this. But look at now Sophie Cunningham, because guess what? Sophie Cunningham's defender had to collapse big time on Caitlin Clark as well, because neither one of them individually were going to guard Caitlin Clark. She could have gone right to the basket. She could have taken one hard step and then hit step back and hit a wide open three, but she gives it up to Sophie. Boom, the other player has to come out. Did you see that? That is not Sophie's defender. So boom, here we go to Sophie. Now we got to rotate. And then boom, look at that in the corner. Wide open. Could have just taken it, but I'm going to set up and Kelsey Mitchell, and I'm going to bury it. This is not complicated stuff. You just saw all so many options opened up simply because of an effective pick when Caitlin Clark got across the half court. Now, again, I say set some picks down 94 feet or have someone else bring it up as well and have that pick set for Caitlin Clark off the ball to come get the ball, and you end up in the same situation. Caitlin could have driven to the basket. Caitlin could have started to drive and then hit a step back three. Hell, Caitlin could have just taken a three. She was so wide open. Sophie Cunningham could have taken the three, but as soon as that hard pick was set, the defense was screwed because you saw all the rotations that had to happen that end up giving Kelsey Mitchell a wide open 3-point shot. This is the offense, folks. Again, it's not complicated. When you have a player like Caitlin Clark and you will have a teammate that is willing to set a hard pick like a Sophie Cunningham, like a Mo Billings, and we're going to get Aaliyah Boston there. Aaliyah Boston and Caitlin Clark has a top level pick and roll, and that's without Aaliyah consistently setting good picks. Imagine she sets picks like that all the time. And then there's your offense, folks, and you run it from there. And it makes the other teams are going to look absolutely terrible. It ain't complicated, Stephanie White. The only reason you can't do it is because you don't want Caitlin Clark to succeed at such a high level. That's all I can get out of that, folks. I don't know what else to tell you. There's nothing else going on there. It ain't complicated stuff. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, Hype on Mobile, notification bell. I don't know. Anything else you need to do? I don't know. I will talk to you later.